So those, of course, were the opening remarks that were made by External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar, Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Secretary of Defence Lloyd Austin III. The focus, of course, being on defence and security cooperation. Gaurav Sawant is still with us over the phone line. Gaurav, you've heard the opening remarks that were made by all four of them. What do you make of it? What is likely to be the focus of the closed-door discussions now?
So, there are multiple aspects to this relationship. One is the defense part of this, which again is being strengthened significantly in terms of military hardware that India is looking at, and not just to buy, but buy and build in India, and also look at defense industrial cooperation in terms of military hardware that can be co-developed in India and in the United States of America. Future technologies, whether it's whether it's aircraft, whether it's next generation weapons and systems, whether it's electronic warfare, or when it comes to security, it again becomes very critical. Quad is something that binds these countries together, both India and the United States, with partners like Australia and Japan. Next year is the Quad Leaders Summit in India. So free and open Indo-Pacific becomes extremely critical. Space cooperation, space technology, again very critical in this relationship. Both India and America are looking at future generations also studying together, working together, and innovating together. Once they do that, it benefits both the countries. So these are some of the critical areas where they look at, including the current security challenges that both the countries and this world face, especially the conflict right now in West Asia, and tensions between Russia and Ukraine, tensions between China and Taiwan. The cooperation between North Korea and Russia, again, is a cause for serious concern when it comes to, the Russia-Ukraine conflict. And that is why Secretary Blinken was also in South Korea having extensive interactions there. Again, that's one area where India, America will discuss what's the best way to take this relationship forward to bring peace in that conflict and in the Middle East.
Right. Also, I mean, the focus will also be, it has been at least indicated in the US before, of course, the two secretaries did arrive in India, that a focus of this meeting, this discussion, this 2+2 dialogue will also be on the Russia-Ukraine war, because nobody wants a spillover into the Middle East.
And that is a genuine fear. In fact, right now, one of the apprehensions is with the United States increasingly being more focused in the Israel-Hamas conflict, with the Houthi forces shooting down a U.S. MQ-9 Reaper drone just day before yesterday. It does indicate that America will be more invested now in the Middle East, with 2 aircraft carriers, strike groups, a nuclear submarine, and other assets. Patriot missile systems, their THAAD systems, all of them being deployed in this region. Will they take their eye off the ball when it comes to Russia-Ukraine conflict? And does that mean that with most of their resources already depleted or spent when it comes to aiding Ukraine militarily, economically, will Russia make major inroads? Perhaps not in the winters right now, but in the coming spring. So that's a genuine apprehension, and the effort would be to ensure that war does not escalate. This war does not spread to other regions. Iran already is using its proxies very extensively. More than 40 attacks on U.S. interests in Iraq and Syria, 45 U.S. servicemen injured, 1 drone shot down. So all of this do indicate that this war is all set to escalate, especially with Russia and China openly, overtly or covertly fishing in troubled waters.
Right. Gaurav, stay on with us. For viewers, of course, that are just joining in, those are images from just a few moments ago when, of course, the leaders from both sides, India and the United States, met for a photo opportunity. The 2+2 dialogue, the 5th India-US 2+2 dialogue, has commenced in New Delhi. Both sides, of course, expressing their desire to take the vision of their leaders, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and US President Joe Biden, forward in terms of the global comprehensive strategic partnership between India and the United States. Gaurav, thank you so much for joining us. We'll, of course, be back with Gaurav because we will keep focusing on this dialogue, which is a very crucial dialogue and, again, a crucial step forward in India-US bilateral relations.